It's your boy KO with KO4Miles Boxing. And this weekend, we have arguably the best boxing match outside of the Andre Ward Kovalev fight that's coming hopefully in December. Now, as most of you know, this fight's between Keith Thurman and SHOWTIME Shawn Porter. And a lot of boxing fans, especially welterweight fans, believe this fight's going to be the decisive kingmaker in the welterweight. I beg to differ. I'm not sold on either Keith Thurman or Shawn Porter. I do believe both fighters are good fighters. I just don't believe either of those fighters are the best in the welterweight division. For me, looking at Keith Thurman, some of his notable wins have been against Guerrero, the likes of Collazo, which to me are not elite fighters. And even in the victory against Guerrero, there was a round, I believe the 11th round, where Guerrero put him in a whole lot of trouble. And as all of you remember, the infamous gut shot that Collazo had against Thurman was vicious. When guys of the caliber of Guerrero and Collazo can cause you that much problems, I start to wonder if Thurman were to get into the ring with somebody with the capabilities of Errol Spence, how that would play out for 12 rounds. Now, on Shawn Porter's side, his greatest victories have been against an aged Paulie Malignaggi and a very exciting but low productivity in Adrian Broner. Many of you saw the Broner fight, and even though we all agree that Porter won, it wasn't a decisive victory. So I'm not saying that neither of these guys can be great. Neither of these guys have shown us enough to really believe that they are the kings of the welterweight division. Now, many people are looking at this fight and saying this is a pick'em fight. In my opinion, it's going to be a clear victory for Keith Thurman. And the reason I say that is because Shawn Porter, as good an athlete as he is not a great boxer. He seems like a football player who's being transformed into a boxer. He smothers his punches, and he makes every fight look ugly. Thurman, on the other hand, is more crisp with his punches, more exciting with his punches, and I believe he's going to land a much cleaner, much crisper punches and get the decisive, clear victory. Now, many of you think this is going to be an exciting fight, but Shawn Porter has shown us time and time again that he makes every fight ugly. The Broner fight on paper looked exciting and wasn't exciting in the ring. The Kell Brook fight, which I enjoyed, but looked exciting on paper but wasn't as exciting in the ring. So Shawn Porter's style just doesn't match up with an exciting style when it comes to decisive punches. It's going to be aggressive, but it's not going to be decisive punches. Now, Errol Spence, on the other hand, I think is going to create a lot of problems for these guys at welterweight. Many of them have been saying that Spence hasn't fought anybody, but his victory against Algieri, in my opinion, Algieri stacks up against any of the victories Porter has had or Thurman has had. So it's going to be exciting for us to see who comes victorious in the Thurman-Porter fight, and hopefully we'll see them and Errol Spence and Garcia get in the mix. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and we'll catch you next week.